Liverpool will be looking to get back to winning ways this weekend against Burnley after falling to a 3-1 defeat to Arsenal in the past weekend. In today's video, we'll discuss all the latest news with regards to Liverpool that includes some big stuff on Trent Alexander-Arnold. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Liverpool will host Southampton in the 5th round of the FA Cup following a 3-0 victory in their replay with Watford on Tuesday night. The Reds were drawn against the winner of Watford vs Southampton at half-time of their 5-2 win over Norwich in the FA Cup 4th round, but faced a wait to learn their opponent. With the Championship outfits playing out a 1-1 draw in the initial tie, they went to a replay at St Mary's on Tuesday night. That resulted in a 3-0 win for Southampton, who will now head to Anfield for an 8 PM kickoff on Wednesday, February 28th. The tie falls 3 days after the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea and 3 days before Liverpool's trip to Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. It will be the first time Liverpool have faced Southampton since a strange 4-4 at St Mary's on the final day of the Premier League last season, and will be their 20th meeting of Jurgen Klopp's tenure. Southampton are now managed by Russell Martin, who was appointed in June following impressive spells in charge of MK Dons and Swansea. Martin's side are currently second in the Championship, 11 points off leaders Leicester, with Adam Armstrong their top goal scorers for the season so far. Kyle Walker-Peters, Gavin Benzano, Jan Benderek and Stuart Armstrong are among those familiar names in Martin's squad and are all important players. Liverpool are hoping to make it a second trip to Wembley this season as their FA Cup campaigns continue, having already overcome Arsenal and Norwich in the previous rounds. The Reds have had 6 different goal scorers in this season's competition, with Diogo Jota, Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez and Virgil van Dijk all finding the back of the net once. Alisson and Jarell Quansah are the only players to feature in every minute of the 2 games thus far. In other news, Chelsea currently sit in the bottom half of the table and have not won any of their last 3 games, but Mauricio Pochettino is set to be in the dugout at Wembley against Liverpool. For a club that has paid more than £1 billion in transfer fees since the new owners took over last May, Chelsea are floundering in mid-table mediocrity. They have lost their last 2 league games and conceded 4 in both, first to Liverpool and then to Wolves, to sit 11th in the table on 31 points, 20 behind Klopp's men at the top. Criticism is growing and pressure is mounting on Pochettino, though the Standard report that he retains the backing of the Chelsea hierarchy, who are not planning another mid-season managerial change. This would keep the Argentine at the helm of the Carabao Cup final on February 25th, but he does not have an easy build-up as Chelsea have games against Aston Villa and Manchester City before then. Interestingly, on the point of Chelsea not sacking their 4th manager in 3 years, the Mail claim that the club are concerned that another change could put them in danger of breaching Premier League spending rules. Pochettino has 18 months remaining on his contract, and his dismissal in addition to his team would cost Chelsea in the excess of £10 million and count towards profit and sustainability rules. They're already under the microscope of their lavish spending, and many expect a number of sales in the summer transfer window to balance the books. The London club signed players to excessively long contracts to take advantage of a loophole that has now been closed in the Athletics report. Some players have privately expressed regret and do not see the grand project that was sold to them. Not really a surprise now though, is it? Liverpool are planning to hold new contract talks with Trent Alexander-Arnold according to Football Insider. The Reds expected an agreement to be struck with the 25-year-old following initial discussions last autumn, but they did not get a deal completed. New negotiations have now been scheduled with the player and his representatives ahead of the summer transfer window. Sources say the Merseyside club are very confident that Alexander-Arnold will commit to a new long-term deal at Anfield. Football Insider revealed back in October that Liverpool and Alexander-Arnold were closing onto agreement in a new deal worth more than £55 million. The terms discussed were set to see the right-back earn north of £200,000 per week, making him one of the club's top earners. Alexander-Arnold's current deal at Liverpool is set to expire in 2025, but the league leaders are eager to tie their star player down ahead of time. Senior figures at Liverpool are eager to keep hold of important players following the news that Jurgen Klopp is leaving at the end of the season. As revealed by Football Insider also, Liverpool Chiefs are keen to keep a hold of Virgil van Dijk beyond the summer transfer window, with huge imminent changes at the club. Mohamed Salah's future has also been called into question following continued interest from the Saudi Pro League. In other Trent Alexander-Arnold news, the player's rise from the academy has been widely celebrated, but his story is only part of the minority, and he is now eager to help those left behind. Talented young players around the country set their sights on making it as a professional footballer, working their way through the academy ranks in search of making it. Not every story ends like Alexander-Arnold's though, with countless youngsters released at various stages along their journey, altering their lives' vision in the blink of an eye. Having watched as close friends are informed of their release over the years, while racking up first-team appearances for his boyhood club, Alexander-Arnold was inspired to act, and he has now officially launched the After Academy, an initiative that aims to support those who have dropped out of the system by providing career opportunities to former academy players. Hosted and supported by the PFA, the project provides former players with the tools and support needed to find a new career path, with jobs available from the likes of Liverpool, Red Bull, Adidas and their body, some of Alexander-Arnold's partners. Liverpool's right back will also make funds available for a course with the PFA Business School to 12 academy players who aren't yet ready to move into their post-playing career. The sheer number of people who need support and opportunity, because of course I know there's so many. I know so many lads myself who have needed that support, Alexander-Arnold said. It's just overwhelming to know how many people actually need it and how many people think it was needed as well. To actually find and put something into place for them and be there for people is an amazing feeling. Liverpool have an Old Mooney project to support those who have been a part of the club's youth setup, and they have previously pledged to work with their After Academy. Lastly, finding a referee with little history with Liverpool is hard to come by, but there should be no pre-match controversy to discuss with the officials appointed versus Burnley. The Reds will likely need to claim their top spot back from Manchester City on Saturday, with Pep Guardiola's side facing Everton in a lunchtime kickoff before Liverpool get underway at 3 p.m. The 2 points currently separate the teams, and City have a game in hand, thrusting us straight back into the agony of watching and wait and see if Guardiola's side will drop points. Nevertheless, they are not the focus until the Anfield clash in March, and Klopp's side will only have Burnley on their minds on Saturday. The Premier League have now confirmed the refereeing group appointments, and Tim Robinson will be in charge of the fixture, his first overseeing the Reds in the top flight. Robinson has, however, been in charge of Liverpool before. He was the referee in 2 of the League Cup games, first against Leicester, which ended in a 3-1 win, and then West Ham, which was 5-1. Eddie Smart and Nick Greenhull are his assistants on the touchline, while Tom Bramall is the 4th official and the lead VAR operator is Stuart Atwell, supported by Mark Perry. Robertson was one of the 2 officials promoted from the Football League over the summer and has so far awarded 5 penalties this season and averages 4 yellow cards per game. For the 5th time this season, Liverpool had a player shown a red card as Ibrahima Konate was dismissed against Arsenal. He's suspended for the Burnley match, and Joel Quansah is expected to take his place. Liverpool fans, what are your thoughts on Trent Alexander-Arnold getting a brand new deal? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Push.